Welcome to the celebrated nightly news of Calaveras County. My name is John.
And I'm Kim.
And we thank you for stopping by on a Monday night.
Yes, a Monday evening.
And we hope you had a good weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It was a busy one.
Very busy weekend.
We were going all over the place.
Yes, we were. It was
just
fun.
Running. Yeah, it was. It was some really nice events.
We went from one end of Calaveras County to the other, literally.
So what did we go to exactly?
Let me see. We went to the fundraiser for Matt McCullough yesterday.
Yes.
Which was quite an event.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who don't know, Matthew McCullough is a cancer survivor. He had a brain tumor and it was successfully removed, and he is now going through treatment. So he is actually a resident of Arnold and a Avery Middle School student, sixth grader. And they had actually 3 fundraisers for him yesterday up in Arnold. Yeah. They had a 5K run walk, a poker one, which started in Farmington and met in Arnold, and also like a big party at the Cedar Center with auction items and food and raffle prizes and dunk tanks and all kinds of stuff.
And you were saying Colleen's Corner did how many?
Colleen's Corner did.
They were doing shaving heads
in honor of Matthew. Did 36 shaves yesterday.
36.
And she wasn't charging. So it was just pure
wow.
donation. So, yes.
Let me see if I can pull something up here. We had some fun stuff. Let's see.
So we did that. And that was on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they raised a lot of money for that family. They really need. There has been a website set up for Matthew. It's called www.helpmatthew.com, which you can go to and make donations and see updates from the family members and send him a note if you'd like to.
Yeah.
As he does check the website.
And this is some of the pictures we have from the. This was in the Cedar Center.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
That was a dunk tank. They were actually dunk tanking. They were actually. There you go.
There's Colleen's Corner for the haircuts. They had live music. They had the band. And here's some kids that were the rest of the kids in his class that were
shaved their heads.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah. Shaving their heads in his honor. It was very. Whoops. I want to do that one. It was and there's a little photo I was trying to get to here. Oh, look at that.
Sweet boys. The
silent auction
was very good, of course. The snack shack. They had lots of snow cones and popcorn, and the restrooms.
What I was going to get to, the reason I took a picture of those restrooms is they were donated.
Oh, okay. I was wondering why you
so everything was a donation.
So
we took a picture of those restrooms because that was something that they donated as well.
Big boys barbecuing and catering.
Yeah. And let's see. One of the things we wanted to show. And this is towards the end. Let me see. Let's get back to this is all the. There we go. Aww. Now they did before and after shots of he and his friends. So this is after all the haircuts with a pile of hair right there in the front.
Was that actually yesterday when they? No, this was actually.
This was a while back.
Kids did this a while back.
Yep, from the Ebbets Pass Fire Department, different stations. It's pretty cool.
Yes, it is. A lot of people in support of this family.
Oh,
it's very nice.
Yep. Well, anyway,
so we attended that, and they had a great turnout. There was lots of people there, so I'm sure that it did well for the family. They had some lovely silent auction items that were donated by local businesses as well. We also went to, should I continue? Or
sure.
The Ironstone Barbecue Competition, the second annual Ironstone Barbecue Competition yesterday. Which was
I'm in that same slideshow right now. I better go get something while we're there. Let's see.
Kudos to Ironstone of Chef James. It was a great time for all. Again, this is the second year in a row they've done this barbecue competition at Ironstone. They had about 22 teams, and let me see. The Tipsy Chicks of Arnold took home Viewers' Choice Award, which meant that they had their booth. Their booths, I guess they won for viewers' choice. I guess because their booth looked the best. They had the best presentation. And let me see, there were three.
This is their judging here.
Yeah, there were 3 categories. There were best of beef brisket, best of pork baby back ribs, and best of pork butt.
And there's the Tipsy Chicks right there.
Yes, there's the Tipsy Chicks. Some of the gals work at the Arnold Fire Department. I'm not fire department, post office, and we have all the information on those gals up there.
And this is pretty impressive. There was some pretty impressive table settings. I mean, it went all out on all kinds of stuff.
Decorations, the decor for their booths, their team names. So there was different categories. as like I said, it was based on the taste. Let me see. When they had 3 judges in each category for the beef brisket, baby back ribs, and the pork butt. Okay, and they were judged on flavor, tenderness, appearance, aroma, and doneness. So the winners of the...
Was it kind of like dating then?
So the Tipsy Chicks, were a team of gals from Arnold, took home the viewer's choice.
Tenderness, aroma.
Yes. The pork butt was won by the pork purveyors of Murphy's.
Yeah, just kidding.
Baby back ribs went to spoke vendors of Vacaville, and beef brisket to Team Ramirez of Tracy, California. The judging was done by Chef James, along with 8 blind judges, who were also local food connoisseurs. That was fun. That was also yesterday.
All right. It was pretty impressive. It was pretty impressive.
A good turnout for that.
Let's see.
We had the 2008 Sierra Century Ride on Saturday.
Why, yes, we did.
Ironstone to Ironstone, right?
Yes, we did.
We have a new member of the Pine Tree. He is the Pine Tree Peddler, as he likes to call himself.
The Pine Tree Peddler.
Tree Peddler. So he will be doing lots of fun adventures for us this summer.
Yeah, he will.
Yes. Very nice. That took place on Saturday. That was basically all day, right?
I think so.
Would you like me to continue, or you want to pull up some?
No, we got some stuff here. I mean, we did. We're just going to load it up to where this is
some video that we took of the Sierra. Of course, we were in our car. The Pine Tree Peddler was actually on his bike.
Yeah, he was actually pedaling it, but since we were not in shape enough for that
to do this ride. He's actually going to be doing the death ride also. He's that good shape.
I think he may be.
And he said, yeah.
Yeah. So this is just flying down Dogtown Road.
Beautiful out
now,
there.
This had kind of the Perry-Robay kind of cobblestone effect. Mm-hmm. Some of these people were just bouncing along.
They were also friendly. They waved.
Oh, yeah. They were having a good time.
I figured they were going to think, what are you lazy people doing in your car? Why don't you get out and ride this thing?
Yeah, right? I would think so.
We have a very nice story from the Pine Tree Peddler on our website of his day on the 2008 Sierra Century Ride.
Or, let's see, my little handy-dandy T-shirt back here.
Tour de Frog.
The Tour de Frog.
Yes.
Now, when I got this shirt, I was surprised because most cyclists are fairly small.
Yes,
right?
and you were able to find a double fat boy?
Yes, I asked, and they even had a triple fat boy. They had one triple fat boy left.
Okay.
But this was a double fat boy.
Double fat boy.
So here you go. If you see these shirts around, they are the official Tour de Frog.
Cool. Tour de Frog, I like that.
Yes, a Tour de Frog. Yes, and they even had a
double and triple fat boy. So there you go.
Yes, they did. A triple fat boy. Which I didn't need the triple fat boy.
No, okay, thank goodness for that.
Yes, just the double.
Yes, so we have some nice photos that our cyclists took, and also some video that we took of the Sierra Century Ride.
Yeah.
We also had on Friday evening, they had the First Fridays in Murphy's Park.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great turnout. That was a beautiful setting along the creek there, and the Murphy's Community Club always does they always have such great events. We are so fortunate to really have them because it's all volunteer, and they put on these wonderful events in the park, and it's just simply, actually other places too, don't they? And down at Murphy's. But it was just simply amazing. The park was packed with they had music, jazz music. The Murphy's Hotel came and made dinners. He served almost 200 dinners.
Mm-hmm.
People brought picnics. The kids were playing in the creek. It was just like a perfect little family evening, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And should I cover some depressing news?
Let's talk happy news first. How about we go over the weekend?
All right.
Talk depressing.
Okay.
We also had the first night of Fresh Fridays, which started on Friday night in Angels Camp, which is the local farmers market of Calaveras County in Angels Camp.
Yes, it is.
And that was another success. And they had fresh fruit, veggies, flowers, all kinds of jewelry and beads and live music, beer, wine, all kinds of stuff.
They had all kinds of stuff.
Yes. And then Ironstone Vineyards had Cowboy Poetry Night, which was a night of cowboys and poets.
They had almost 100 people out there for Cowboy Poetry Night.
Isn't that great to hear?
Yeah.
Let me see what else. We went to a lot of stuff this weekend, John. We went to the Copperopolis Homecoming Celebration in Copperopolis, where they had a very good turnout for their Copperopolis Homecoming Parade.
It was a very nice parade.
There he was. It was a home run, as John said, right?
It was, the homecoming was,
Yes.
was that what I said?
Yes, you said it was a home run.
Oh, is that what I said?
And we also had the fishing day. I'm just kind of rattling everything off.
Well, that's good.
Is that what you'd like me to
Sure,
do? At
yeah.
Tuttletown, in Tuttletown, which was put on by Cast for Kids. And it was, yeah, you said there was lots of kids out there. That was bright and early on Saturday
Can I
night.
show one of this a little bit on the
Sure. Here's
parade?
the Pop Rockwell's homecoming parade. We have full video of that.
So this is they're doing the old gunfight right there on O'Byrne's Ferry Road. And they had to keep shooting and make sure he was down.
Okay.
So it took like 15 shots.
It did, okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And so that, and this was a very nice parade.
It
I mean,
was.
here's the start of the parade, and I thought it was funny because one of the clampers had this beautiful giant.
Look at this flag.
Yeah, but they
Gorgeous.
have a reputation of being kind of tough dudes, right?
Yeah, they do.
And this one lead guy was carrying his poodle through the whole.
Okay.
And I just kind of didn't.
Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Wow.
Yeah, it was really stunning. It was just a gorgeous.
Screen. People can't see it.
Okay.
You scoot your little head over a little bit.
Yeah. And then also, Supervisor Russ Thomas, who, if he wasn't being a supervisor, would easily qualify for, with his operatic voice. He has a beautiful voice.
Let's see if you're singing this. There's a reason.
Last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming.
He does a great job.
And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
Just makes you want to join in.
That
Star-Spangled
banner yet wave o'er the land of the free.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go. And this is there was like
Memorial Parade, Mr. George Stanley.
the George Stanley. This is the Master of Ceremonies right there.
A resident of Top Rockland since 1984. During all these years, he has first.
And there was the fire department. There was a pedal bike. There was all kinds of stuff. Parks and Rec.
Who were those ladies on the front? We had the Tootsies.
There we go. Oh yes, and
We have how many pictures? 200 photos?
yeah, just under 200.
Just under 200
so
photos.
I think we've got most of the.
Parade covered, yeah.
And this was a lot of the men's favorite.
Yes,
float.
I bet.
This was the young ladies from the saloon
Okay.
dressed in period costume. Dressed in period costumes.
Okay. So was it one of your favorites?
I don't know. I didn't have time. I was
You were
just-
too busy.
Yeah,
Too busy
but-
working. You had time to look.
The Old Corner Saloon is the second
Okay.
There we go. Okay, all right. There we go.
We also had Kites Over Calaveras all weekend.
Kites Over
which
Calaveras.
took
Hannah
place-
did some great jobs,
Yes.
some great photos of that.
which is an annual event every year and put on by the San Andreas Merchants Association.
Mm-hmm.
They do in the, what's that park called there? Just the ball field.
It's the
just
ball field.
in San
Yeah.
Andreas where the kids and adults get to go out and flare. There were some beautiful kites, the American flag kites. There were all kinds of pretty kites out there. Very neat.
And we
Those went
stopped
on for 2
by
days.
and spoke for a few minutes to Donna Shantz.
Yes,
And one of the things she was saying is they had too much wind.
it was, but it was actually a good day for kite flying. They did have a lot of
But
wind.
I guess some of the really, really big kites,
Uh-huh.
it was actually yanking their stakes out of the ground. So they
okay.
actually, so some of
It
the,
was too much wind. Yeah,
Which
it was fairly
is
windy out there.
better than
on
no
Saturday.
wind.
Yeah, it is better than no wind. Because when we stopped by the barn sale at the barn
Mhm.
at the Red Barn Museum, they had taken off all of their covers off of their awnings
Right.
because they were blowing
Right.
off. There was so much wind.
Yeah.
So they had a nice barn sale at the Red Barn Museum in San Andreas, along with the they had the sale at the parking lot sale at the Calaveras Senior Center right across the street.
Mhm.
with all kinds of goodies,
Oh,
right?
all kinds of stuff.
They have the annual Humane Society yard sale in Murphy's, along with the Adopt-A Pet, which went on for 3 days. They had the Kids Day in Valley Springs.
They had stuff going
All
on
kinds.
all
the
over the
5th
place.
annual Savor the Flavor wine tasting event, which we stopped by
Yep.
on Saturday in Valley Springs at the Bear Flag Winery, which is quite lovely. Great turnout.
It's very nice. I mean,
Very nice.
this really is a beautiful county. You can keep busy
Yeah, we were just...
and never leave.
Yes,
right?
exactly. And then yesterday, Hannah went out and covered for us the Wine, Cheese, and Art Eleganza, which was held at the Old Milfory House in Douglas Flat. We have lots of beautiful pictures that she took of that. So it looked like they had a great turnout. Stroll through the gardens, view artwork, and wine. And they had wine and cheese tasting. So that all proceeds benefited the Angels Camp Library. I think that about covered the weekend. I don't think I missed anything.
Let's see. I think that was about it, huh?
I think that was about it. There was a lot, I know. So,
All right.
so we have video and pictures of most of the events up. We're working on getting the other stuff up here pretty quick, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And I guess we'll move to a little bit of depressing stuff.
Yes.
Sad
news.
If you haven't been following the local news, this is the first time we've done a broadcast since that. But this is a story that we started working
Thursday evening. We were actually
Thursday
on the news.
night.
Remember that?
Yeah,
talked
we were
about that.
actually on the. This is the. We were actually doing the news when we first heard the actual reports of it coming in. So then afterwards, we left and we went down to an apartment complex off of Stanislaus Street, where there was 2 fatalities. There was there was 2 stabbings, and a father and son were murdered. And
Perished.
and a few
Actually, they said they perished on the way en route to the hospital, maybe.
yeah, but they didn't. Yeah, and this is the official one of the official press releases. Approximately 7:30 p.m., the Angels Camp Police Department received a 911 call reporting a fight at 612 Stanislaus. When the officer arrived, he found Pablo Lopez Sr., date of birth 5/30/62, and Pablo Lopez Jr., 5/9/84, both of 314 South Main Street, suffering from stab wounds. Both men were transported from the scene but died en route to the hospital. One suspect, Delfino Flores Cruz, was charged and arrested at the scene, and then there were 4 other suspects involved in the murders. And what's come out since then is this has, unfortunately, almost like a little bit of a Hatfields and McCoy angle to it.
We're not really sure. Everybody's been asking, but we're
yeah, but I mean, well, it's starting to come out.
It
There's
sounds
been
like
a
it's
long-running, there's been a
families.
long-running feud, at least lasting this last several weeks, between these 2 families. And if you look at the last names, it's basically 2 families.
Yes.
And it is more details are coming out on that.
So
But
let me see. One gentleman turned himself in on. They arrested one person on the scene. A gentleman turned himself in on Friday, and then shortly after that.
His name is... What is his name? This is... Diego?
Juan
Diego Flores Cruz.
And this is him. 5'6", black hair, dark hair, dark eyes, and
If anybody knows of his whereabouts, please contact the Calavera Sheriff's Department or the Angels Camp Police Department. And they do have an anonymous tip line too that you can
Yeah.
call.
so, and that is, in one of the things is we were asking around is things like this aren't supposed to happen
No.
in small rural
They
areas.
don't happen.
And we were doing all the time. The last time something happened in Angels Camp, the actual city of Angels Camp, we believe was 1984. And that was an officer
time ago.
involved shooting within the city limits in 1984. And we don't know of anything
No,
since.
that was where an officer actually shot a criminal, correct?
Correct.
Yes, okay.
But that was, so 1984, so let's hope we go another 25 years.
Yes, let's hope you do.
Yeah. So if you've seen that man, be on the lookout for it, and we also have stuff on our website, and it's these flyers are virtually
They're
everywhere
They're
now.
posted everywhere, yes. Tonight we attended the Angels Camp Business Association presents the Ebbets Pass Scenic Byway Marketing Advantage.
We did.
Camp's Restaurant.
Well, I did.
You did, I didn't. Where they showed the Ebbets Pass the movie demo reel presentation, which was presented by Ken Jones.
Yep.
And they also had some. Who else was there? Tim McSorley.
Tim McSorley, Sid Marsh, and Sid is doing a lot of the. Sid is a great voice. He's doing some of the narration on the movie. And Tim McSorley was there talking about the Ebbets Pass byway and how it came into being and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So it was a nice little outreach, and one of the things they're trying to do with the bypass and the byway, and by extension the movie, but basically the Scenic Byway Committee and stuff is to help other businesses realize the marketing opportunities and the draw that the byway has to try to get people up here and stay a while.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Just get up here and stay a while.
Yes. Okay.
And
So we have Board of Soups tomorrow.
we do.
Light agenda. Tomorrow's Tuesday already.
It is.
Can you believe it?
I know.
You want to go over that, or would you like me to?
Oh, you're.
I don't know much. I can talk about it. I don't really know what I'm talking about. Let me see. We have a very light agenda from what I could see. See, I don't understand a whole lot of it, but
You know, I must confess, I hadn't looked at it yet. I was going to look at it before I went to the meeting.
Will they'll be discussing a minute order accepting bid and authorizing purchase of a 2008 Ford for Public Works. A minute order authorizing the CDA to issue a refund in the amount of $10,000 to Randy and Sammy Lacey for outside consulting fees that are no longer needed.
Aha.
Lake Tulloch is back on the agenda for discussion and possibly action of use of residential dwelling units for transient occupancy short-term rentals. So that's going to be back on the agenda.
And the issue on this, well, yeah, but the issue on this has legs throughout the rest of the county.
Yes, it does.
Because this goes into, it touches all of the use of single-family residences as vacation rentals. And technically...
A lot of people are talking about that now. It's on the. I noticed it was going to be on the Murphys.
Yes.
An agenda for Murphys and an Angels Camp. The city council will be discussing it.
The problem on this is, and we can understand why a lot of the the adjacent homeowners in an area, you don't want a house full of 100 people next door or whatever. But in the bigger economic sense for the county, this is a huge driver of income for the county. I mean, especially upcountry, Ebbets Pass corridor, to where you have basically Murphys, where you have basically half the homes empty except on big weekends, and
I mean, you have to do something with these homes that are empty because they're just people are paying mortgages on them,
and the vacation rentals drive the local economy. I mean, on weekends, and it's so this will be interesting, and we understand why the people in Copperopolis are upset about this, but this also has some larger implications.
I think they're also going to be discussing
for the rest of the economy,
the Lake Tulloch, the things that are going on at Lake Tulloch, I believe. Let me see. I don't know if this has anything to do with the demolishment that they're going to do.
Yeah. So it looks like everything.
That's actually going to take place or not in October.
They're kind of in limbo.
Yeah,
a little bit.
They're going to close the actual restaurant and all that officially October 31st because it's not profitable.
It hasn't been for a number of years, even through successive owners. So.
But their new plans have not been approved yet by the county.
And what they would like to do is to raise it and turn it into condos.
And the reason it hasn't been approved, is from what I understand, is a lot of them will be going over the water, and that's the reason they don't want. It hasn't been approved yet. So that's basically the Board of Soups tomorrow. It's not a huge meeting. So I'm not sure what time it is to close. Let me tell you.
All right, we have about 4 minutes.
There's actually also a Angels Camp Planning Commission meeting this Thursday evening. And I know they will be discussed. Actually, Mr. Newman, is that his name? He's retiring. He's a planning commissioner. Do you know? Is that right?
I believe so.
I'm trying to get all this stuff straight because I didn't know a whole lot of government until I started doing the news. So.
She's been learning quickly.
Yes, that was one of my subjects I didn't do too well in school. I never took a liking to government.
And towards we get to the ends here, we better do a little bit of wedding stuff.
Yes.
Oh, we have a couple more things I wanted to cover.
Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Let me see. Where is it? I don't know if I have it here, John. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And also, briefly
Talk
on
more
Saturday
about tomorrow.
morning, we ventured into Tuolumne County.
Yes, we talked about that already. Would you want to talk about it
We
again?
didn't. Do you want me to do
Go
that?
ahead.
Well, we didn't show
We
any
did.
pictures.
We did. We went to Tuttletown.
Yeah.
John did, not me.
Now, technically, this is in Tuolumne County,
Yes.
which we try. Do we usually stop?
You go over there once in a while. That's all right.
Well, this affects us because there was a lot of
Yeah, a lot of Calaveras.
Calaveras people there. Now, this is a pretty cool thing. It's called Cast for Kids. And this is where it's called the Cast Fishing Day. And they have and basically it's for all kids to try to promote fishing for all the kids. And this is really a cool thing where they had about 12 local skippers brought their boats out, loaded the kids up, took them out fishing. They
Very
had
nice.
shore fishing. They supplied a rod, reel, everything. There was all kinds of booths. The Arnold Rotary had a booth out there on, so the kids could gold pan.
Wow, very nice. Very nice.
There was all kinds of stuff. It was pretty
And that was
neat.
put on by the Cast for Kids Foundation.
Yep. The Cast for Kids Foundation. There was all kinds of booths, and even the Calaveras Sheriff's Department was out there.
Okay.
They were out. Let's see. We'll go to the end here. Here we go. The Calaveras Sheriff's Department was out there with their boats.
Okay. Wow, cool.
See? Here we go. On your mark, get set. Oh. There they
There we
go.
go.
There's the Calaveras County Sheriff's Department, and they're out there on their boats taking kids for rides all the way around out
Isn't that
there.
nice?
So it was a pretty cool.
And I think all
Pretty
the
cool
proceeds
thing.
go to for disadvantaged children, right?
Yeah,
Disabled
and they
children.
want to get them involved in fishing
Yes.
because it's something that lots of times kids can.
Well, our kids
do
have
that.
never been shown, but they've been fishing lately, but don't really quite know how to do it because
That's the best way to
somebody
learn.
hasn't taught them how.
Hands-on learning.
Yes.
That's the
They come in with
that's the
broken
best
fishing
way.
poles, Broken.
Anyway,
Our son,
yes.
our son caught a fish, but didn't know what to do once he caught it. Right? He had this fish dangling.
What are you saying?
You need to go out there and show them.
Oh, all right. And one last little bit is if you're feeling like you just need to add a little romance to your marriage, your
Well,
relationship.
we have a new society columnist, don't we?
Oh, it was
Her name
Gabby
is
Dogwood.
Gabby
Yes,
Dogwood.
Gabby Dogwood. She did the reporting on
Yes.
this. And this
She is happy
a
to attend any special
and
events
this was
you have
the
coming
Hannah
up.
Heath Eric Aldrin wedding.
Beautiful.
And
Wedding.
this was last week, not this last weekend, but the weekend
Yes.
before. And it was the bride arrived by fire truck, so did all the rest of the wedding party.
Awesome.
And
The decorations were, she just did a wonderful job.
here comes the fire engines. Anyway,
So we have
it was
the wedding.
so yes, you can watch
Reception.
most of the wedding and parts of the reception.
Yes.
I mean, you never know what you'll find.
Yes.
And
You'll never know where Gabby will be venturing out again.
That's true. And looking at weather, the last little bit, we're warming up. So it looks like we're heading into a summer
Yes, we are heading
summer
into
weather
summer.
patterns,
It's hot.
unfortunately for my wife. And we thank you very much, and we'll see you back
Yes,
here
welcome.
tomorrow night. Good night.